Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we have a very late Project Pan update. I know, work has been busy, and like I said in the last video, a lot happened, and I'm slowly trying to figure out how living alone feels. Yeah. It's tough living without Bear, but I do get to see him very, very often. Me and my ex are still maintaining a friendship to where we can kind of co-parent the dog in a way. It's like I hate to say it's like having a kid, but it's not. It's really not, but still. He's like my Bear's like my child, so I kind of count it as that. But anyways, so I'm sorry this is late. Like, work has been very, very demanding during the summer months, but now it's actually starting to slow down more in the winter months, so I'll be able to use my makeup more, and I have been using my makeup a lot more. I've been actually using it daily. You should be proud of me. But anyways, first up, and by the way, we do have empties too. In a nice little bucket, which is gonna sit right by my feet, almost. But, and I'll go through empties at the end of, like, as they come up in a way, because I do have them all listed in the notebook, so, and unfortunately, I haven't been able to mark this foundation, the L'Oreal Infallible Foundation, and I've been working on this since the start of my Project Pan. And I did say it was gonna be like right here, but I don't even think it's at that. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know where it's at. Like, I've been pumping, and like, somewhat the pump has been kind of sputtering as of late, so I mean, I would hope that I'm getting down to the last dregs of the product, maybe? But yeah, so far there are no windowing areas in the glass. So I'm hoping that, like, with more uses, it should be hopefully done and I can move in another foundation. But I have used this foundation, and it's in the shade 410 Ivory, I believe. And I've used it a total of 5, 10, 15, 20, 42 times. I know, you should be proud of me. I've been using it so much more lately because I actually found out that this is very, very nice during work. Even though I am dishwashing, like, I don't notice that my makeup breaks up as much when I'm working, so it does stay throughout the day. And I do go to work today, so this is what I'm working with. As long as I don't go too crazy, I'm allowed to wear somewhat colorful makeup at work. Just as long as I don't go too crazy. But yeah, 42 times. I mean, I feel like maybe we'll get done with this maybe in the 50 uses-ish, like in the 50, 50 to 60 uses range. Because I don't think there's very much left in here. I've been using it quite a bit. This is the main foundation that I use day to day. And I 100% believe that I'll repurchase this in the future because, like, when they say that this doesn't break, I mean, it'll somewhat break up on your face, like, maybe after 8 hours, but, like, I don't really notice that as much. Like, I notice it maybe around my nose area because I do constantly blow my nose, but other than that, it stays pretty consistent around the cheek area, the chin area, everything. And next up, we've got my Poreless Putty Primer from e.l.f. And that is what it's looking like. You can see I have been making quite a bit of progress. There is a very big dip in there, as you can see. But I feel like I'm nowhere close to done, because if you can see on the sides there, that's all product. So this is gonna take me a damn good minute to finish. Like, more, like, let alone hit pan, you know what I mean? Like, it's gonna take a while, but I feel like I'm making a pretty significant dip in there. And I have used it a total of 50 times in the course of this project. I know I've been using it. I've been using my makeup, guys. You guys should be proud of me. I know I keep repeating that, but seriously, you guys should be proud of me. Though I haven't used some, like, I've been using some makeup products more than others. You shall see. But next up is my e.l.f. Camo Concealer. And this is the original Camo Concealer, not the hydrating concealer, which I did buy. That's in my collection, but I want to finish this up first before I move on to any other concealers. But I don't see any windowing yet. This still has a damn lot of product in it. Like, you only need so much on your under eyes, because this is very, very full coverage. And yeah, there's just no windowing, and a lot of product still comes out on the wand, so I have no problem getting any product. And I've used this a total of 42 times in the course of the project. And I just feel like we have a lot more to go in this than we do the foundation, just because I'm using so much little of this than compared to this. Because I use 2 pumps of this and mainly just like a little swipe on the under eyes, just a little bit, because if you go too much with this, it can be a lot. It can just be a lot. Is it a good concealer? Yes, but like, it hasn't been acting up under my under eyes. Like, it hasn't been drying it out or anything, but like, I have heard that it is dry on the under eye, and it can be that way sometimes, but on, like, you know, just if, I don't know, maybe if you, like, moisturize your skin quite a bit, maybe it'll actually work for dry skin more. That, and just, like, don't use, like, a whole crap ton of concealer under your under eyes. I just learned that out the hard way. Like, I've noticed I have just inevitable lines underneath my eyes, which I do kind of conceal with eyeshadow, more or less, but it just doesn't go away, even with concealer. It's just happy smile lines, and it's natural. And I don't think anybody can really hide those. Just saying. That's just a permanent smile feature on your face. But I'll just say it's a good concealer. Like, I don't want to zoom you in too much, but it doesn't look too crepey or anything like that, but I will say, like, if you use too much of it, it will settle into the fine lines. Anyway, sorry I'm rambling throughout this whole thing. I try to tell you guys, like, how the products work for me in a way, and if I would probably repurchase these. I don't know if I would necessarily repurchase this. Maybe not in the shade that it's in, like Fair Warm. I think I'm more of like a, maybe more cool tone, neutral, almost leaning pink, almost. I want to say, because, like, I can pull off neutral, foundations more off than any other, really, but, like, I've learned that cool-toned, foundations and or neutral-toned foundations and concealers work better for me. I just found that this looks a little too yellow under my eyes, and I get that it's warm. It's supposed to be yellow, but, like, I didn't know it was gonna be yellow that much when I first got it. but I'm still making it work. Like, it just really gives a brightening effect on the under eyes, but I just know that you have to use so little of this. But anyways, next up is my Revolution Fast Base Stick Foundation in the shade F4, which it is a little dark for my skin per se. It's like the tiniest bit like pink, peachy-ish pink, you know what I mean? Like, it's not bad, but that is why I use it as a brow concealer, or, you know, like, to clean up my brows and whatnot. But that is how much we are working with. I know I've made a significant dent on this, especially right there. Like, I've been using a brush for this, and I feel like I've been making very, very steady progress on this. And I do mark progress lines. I mean, I have said this before, I do mark progress lines in my actual notebook, so that is where we are at right now. And I guess we just have that much left. I really do hope so, because I've been working diligently on this, and I hope to get it finished, but I know it's not going to be within this year. Like, I know these are all long-haul products. I know that all these are going to be tough to finish, but I'm determined. I'm damn determined. And next up, oh wait, did I say? No, I didn't say how many times I used the Fast Base Stick Foundation. So I used that a total of 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. A total of 49 uses in the project. Alright, and then next up is my Milani eyeshadow primer in the shade 01 Nude. And I will definitely repurchase this again. This is a good eye primer, it really is. I would say that this, like, in a way, kinda, I mean, I don't want to say it compares to the Urban Decay, but if you're looking for a good drugstore option, and you don't want to spend the money on Urban Decay, which I will buy the Urban Decay one just to see if it is actually good, because I am curious. Like, I don't have very many Urban Decay products, or I don't know if I do have any, but I don't, I mean, they're a brand that I am very curious about. But I will say this is a good option for if you don't want to spend all that money. But I don't think it's moved, like, I don't know if these marks are accurate. Like, I tried making it when I thought, like, that's where it was at, but it turns out there was, like, a lot of product built up on the top, right here, and there was a lot of air bubblage. So I would hope that we are almost right here where the packaging kind of dips, but yeah, so far this has been pretty nice, but you do have to work quick with this. Like, if you put it on your eyes, you gotta, like, blend it out pretty quickly, because if you just leave it splunked on your eye, it's gonna just dry there like a concealer, and it's just gonna become patchy when you try to blend it out. But it definitely is good for when you're just, like, whacking on a eyeshadow primer, and it does cancel out coloration on your lid, so, and I know that, sorry, I'm stuttering, but, I know some people may think it, like, is kind of like an invisible finish, but if you tap, I mean, it does say invisible finish, but if you tap it after you've swiped it and blended it out, like, you know, like swiped it all over your lids, you tap it, and it'll kind of make it more opaque, if that makes sense. I I don't know how to describe it. Like, whenever I put it on, it's kind of like more tan, but like once I pat it out, it kind of cancels out like any sort of discoloration in my lids, like veins and whatnot, and it'll just make it look like skin. But yeah, I definitely would say this is a good option, and I will repurchase it in the future. But I have used it a total of 49 uses in the course of the project. And I have been using it every day to do my eyeshadow looks, and I have been able to use the mauvey purpley brown every day, and it is more diffused when you use it with a fluffier brush. But I haven't been using the green as often, the shade Devoted, but only because I only use that when I'm on my days off and I'm just playing with makeup. I just haven't used it as of recently because I like the look of this purpley brown. Anyways. And I do have an update on my brow pencil, my Wet n Wild Ultimate Retractable Brow Pencil in the shade Medium Brown. When I went to Minnesota, before I went there, I went to visit my mom, because that was the meeting place for where my sister was going to pick me up and take me to Minnesota. I let my mom use my brow pencil once. I said she could use it, and she just straight up stole it from me. I had literally that much left. I had that much left. And she stole it from me, thinking that I was just giving it to her. Like, what the ugh. But yeah, I figured I'd give an update on that since I don't have it to show. I really don't have it to show. I really wish you wouldn't have taken that from me. I really do. I know I could buy another one, but that would just mean I would have to get to that progress all over again. Which I will repurchase that brow pencil, but still, I'm mad that she took that one that I was project panning. Like, it was my only brow pencil, and I went to Minnesota with no brow pencil. And I had to get one from literally a Minnesota gas station. Or, I mean, not a Minnesota gas station, but, like, let's just say my grandma, who has passed away, had unused brow pencils that were basically brand new. So I did get a couple of those, but, and they were never used. I just got them basically in mint condition, but she just never used them. But anyways, there's the update on that. Alright, next up is the mascara that will never die, I swear. It hasn't been giving me any issues past the 3-month or 6-month mark. I'm still using this. I know that seems gross to a lot of people, but as you can see, there's no infection to my eye. Same with my eyeliner. I've been using that for like at least 2 years now. You know what I mean? So I think makeup products do have preservatives that keep them lasting longer, but I know this won't last forever because this is somewhat drying up. Like, it is getting harder to get product onto my lashes, but it is still somewhat kicking. And will I repurchase this in an actual, like, like Blackest Black mascara? Yes, I will. Because I love the the look that this gives my lashes. I know you can't really see because I don't really wear false lashes, but like there's just like, it gives it that, well, I mean, I know it says full fan effect on here, but it really does give you like a fan look to your lash, and I really do like that. I mean, my Maybelline Colossal, even though I have used it maybe a couple of times, I mean, it is a good mascara, but at the same time, like, this doesn't transfer on my lashes like this one does. I like this. I love this. I love the waterproof. But it'll transfer on my lids. So I'm wondering if I should just use like maybe a clear brow gel if I do use this as a future mascara going forward, when I do roll this out. I do have a lot of mascaras in my collection, but this is my second oldest, so I might roll this in after this one. But we'll see how much this is still gonna fucking kick. But I have used that a total of 47 times in the course of the project. Next up, we have an empty. My ColourPop LA liquid liner in the shade Black, numero uno, is finally done after 17 uses. At least, I mean, it is more or less dried up. Like, even though it's coming off on my hand a little bit, it does not come off very well on the eyes. It is very dried up. I know that's like kind of weird to throw out like a eyeliner if there's still maybe a little product left, but this is so hard to get on my eye, I swear. But anyways, it is done after 17 uses, and that is mainly because of my part, because I didn't use liquid eyeliner as much as I usually should. Like, as of today, I've been using my Farrah liquid liner that I rolled in after my Luna liquid liner, which that was disappointing as well, because I hate to say it, I've been neglecting my liquid eyeliners. I really have been neglecting them, and I really should stop that. I need to just start wearing them as a tight line like I am today, and I feel like I can get away with it at work because it's more natural. Anyways, next up is my NYX retractable eyeliner in the shade Black, and that is how far we have jumped as of yet. And I shall show you the product. That is how much we are working with. Or I'm working with. Sorry, I say we. I don't know why. Bad grammar, Jesus. my English teacher would literally be, like, yelling at me right now, saying, "Use proper grammar!" I'm just kidding, Miss McMillian. You were the best. But anyways, I have now used this eyeliner a total of 50 times in the course of the project, and I can see myself getting done with this within next year. At least within next year. Because I feel like I've been making steady progress on this. I really have. And, I mean, I guess it's kind of a good thing that this project pan is late, because that just means I get more progress on the products that I have to show you guys. And I promise I will be filming this update every 3 months. I will make sure to do that. I'm gonna be more consistent in filming for YouTube. And that goes for the same with the Get Ready With Me. That was requested in my comments with the Celestial Charms palette. I will get to that. I will get to that. I have not forgotten about that. I like reading the comments, and I like seeing look suggestions with palettes that I have. Like, when I do my my collection videos, I will show you guys all of my eyeshadow palettes, and you know, just feel free to, you know, like with any of my makeup products that I will show, like, tell me what you guys want to see, because I like to make content with makeup. And I mean, if you guys want to see any sort of, like, you know, any sort of look with any specific products, just tell me. But anyways, next up, we've got my e.l.f. contour kit in the e.l.f. contour, yeah, I guess it's a kit in the shade Light Medium. But this is the shade that we are working on. And as you can see, like, I have been scraping away at it, but I mainly just use this palette to kind of contour my nose. Like, most of these these 3 products will definitely be used to contour my nose, but I'm not really sure about this. This is kind of more like a highlighter shade, and I don't think it's very impactful. Like, do you see that? Like, I'm gonna try to swatch it. I don't know if you'll actually be able, yeah, it's like a very subtle sort of highlight, so I might end up using this maybe as an eyeshadow, you know, just as like a glisten. But I definitely feel like I'm definitely making a little bit more progress on it. Like, it definitely looks a little bit more used. Like, I don't know if you would be able to actually, yeah, you can kind of see the indents of the brush that I've made in there. But I decided to work on the darkest shade first, because I know I can go light-handed with it and contour out my nose and or other areas. I don't usually use it on my cheek because I've been liking the look of just bronzer, and I've been using a different brush with my bronzer a little bit, a more fluffier brush to make it more diffused for work. And I've sort of been liking this kind of look. Like, it's a little more subtle, but I really do kind of like it. Oh no, me. Oh, I'm becoming a clean girl? No. Nah, I'm just kidding. I would never betray the makeup community and become a clean girl. No. That would not fly. Like, I'm a makeup girly through and through. You cannot get me to go no makeup, even if you tried. But I have used that first shade a total of 26 times in the course of the project, and I have been sort of neglecting it because I didn't know how to use, well, it's not that I don't know how to use a contour palette, but I just didn't know how to incorporate it into my day-to-day look. So, I mean, I've just been experimenting with contouring out with my nose with a little bit more of a fluffier brush. I've been using this brush. I know it's a concealer brush, but it works. It works at making a more diffused kind of look because it's blending at the same time. But yeah, we'll see where that goes. And even though this isn't in the project, oh well, or should I save this? I should save it for later. Hang on. That's a surprise. Okay, so next up, we've got my BH Vanilla Peach Truffle palette. And that is the shade we are working on. And as you can see, I have been wearing away the embossing quite a bit. There's definitely a lot more of a dip in that. Yeah, you can definitely see that there is still this, I can still see the squiggle a little bit. like with these guys, but it's really wearing away. I definitely can see it wearing away. I know I'm nowhere close to pan yet. Blushes are notoriously hard to hit pan on, and this is more of like a glowy blush. It's like Luminoso in a way. Like, you kind of gotta be a little more light-handed if you don't want the whole, like, sparkle, I guess. But I really have been enjoying this. This is really nice, and I do get compliments on this every time I wear it. And I will definitely say it is very kick-uppy. It is very powdery. Every time I use it, there's like a lot of powder built up just on the ring of the side. And I don't know, I feel like I'm making just good progress all around. We shall get there, definitely. But I will say it is one of my favorite blush shades. I wish I could repurchase this again. I really do. When this goes, I'll be fucking sad forever. But I am determined, after I finish this shade, I am going to move on to, you know, the other 3 shades and whatnot. Because I do want to, you know, work on one shade at a time. Just so I'm not overwhelming myself, you know what I mean? But I just love this palette so much. Like, I pull this blush out, like, even when I'm not thinking about it. You know what I mean? Like, this is so good that I don't even need to think about reaching for it, and it's in my project pan, so. Alright, next up, we've got my LA Girl Ultimate Lip Stay... oh my god, I cannot speak. My LA Girl Lip Liner. I'm not even gonna say the full fucking thing, because I can barely even speak English. And English is my native language. But yeah, my LA Girl Auto Lip Liner is in the shade Keep It Spicy. That is the jump that we have made, and I will admit that I don't use it all very often. But it is one of my favorite lip liners to just line my lips and do it, you know, do a simple look with. Like, I have been using it, but I just don't use it at work because I do eat, and and my work does have, you know, somewhat, like, I wouldn't say greasy food, but it's definitely more like, you know, cheeseburgers, chicken strips, you know, like, and other restaurant food. They do other stuff besides burgers and fries and everything. They do, like, salmon. They do, like, they do all sorts of things, and their food's great. I will just say that, their food's great. But yeah, that's the only reason why I don't wear it at work as much. I just usually wear it when I, you know, get full glam on my days off, so. I have used it a total of 5, 10, 15, 20, 21 times in the course of the project. And it has been being nice to me in order, you know, for it to roll up. But that is how much we are working with. I definitely feel like with the eyeliner, I could get this done if I really focused on it. So maybe I will do that. I will focus on it and, you know, try to get it out. But when it comes to my lips during work, I mainly just put a lip balm on and that's it. Because I don't like to really smear my makeup with lip products that, even though, yes, this does stay, my lipstick, it don't stay. But anyways, next up is my Milani bronzer. The Silky Matte Bronzer in the shade 03 Suntan. And as you can see, I've definitely worn away the center of it, and I'm wearing away the sunbeams from the middle, but on the outer edges you can definitely still see that. But I've definitely worn away the middle. And there is definitely a significant little somewhat dip happening in there. But they weren't kidding with this bronzer when they say you can swipe this as many times as you want and you won't get pan. It's like, I know this is the bronzer that will never end. And I love this I just love this bronzer to the point where I will just keep using it until it's done. Like, I have no problem using this. And will I repurchase several of these in the future? Yeah. Why? Because I love it. And it is the most airbrushed freaking bronzer that I've ever used. Or one of the most. But it's definitely a nice bronzer for if you don't want to spend a whole lot of money. But I have used that a total of 48 times in the course of the project. Alrighty. Next up is my Maybelline Fit Me powder in the shade 05 Fair. And I definitely feel like we've made some progress. I mean, I don't know if I should necessarily mark it or anything like that. Like, I know I do have a Sharpie and whatnot. I just, I don't want to mark it unless I'm sure that that's where it's sitting at. Because there's a lot of products still left in this container. And I'll just say, like, I will probably repurchase this powder in the future. I just want to get through a lot more of my other powders. But I definitely feel like this is definitely, like, I will repurchase this. Because it just looks so good on the under eyes. I only use this on the under eyes only, but, like, it just makes it look so blurred. Like, what is this the dupe of? Or not dupe, but, like, what high-end product is similar to this? Is it the Givenchy? No, it can't be the Givenchy, because or is it the original Givenchy that wasn't reformulated? Either way, this is a good powder. I would recommend it to anyone if it fits your skin tone. And they do have several different shades. This is just 05 Fair, which is one of the lightest, I think it is the lightest shade actually in the powder. But do I mind that? No, because I'm a pale ass bitch. Anyway, next up is my Revolution highlighter in the shade Dare to Divulge. And even though I don't have any pan yet, I've definitely been scraping away at it. You can definitely see the brush marks in the swirls a little bit. So I have been using it. It is the highlighter that I have on today, and it is just stunning. Stunning, 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 and I will repurchase this. Definitely make sure to repurchase this. I used to hate it, but I think I love it now. Now that I, like, know what I'm working with, and I think it was kind of a mistake to use this with the Lunch Money blush, Lunch Money highlighter from ColourPop. Like, I feel like I will work on that maybe once this is done. Maybe. It's either that or I'll work on it intermittently. I don't know. Alright, next up we have the eyeshadow palette. Let me go get it. So much. Alright. So we've got my Morphe Stunning Vibes eyeshadow palette. And you can't get this anymore, but I know you can get it on Poshmark and or like maybe eBay. Like I know people sell these for, you know, brand new on stuff like Poshmark and stuff like that. I have seen it, but I bought mine at Ulta when it was still being made. So this is technically old Morphe formula, but at the same time, like, there really isn't nothing wrong with the Morphe formula. Well, I mean, like, did they probably use carmine in some of their red dyes? Probably, but like, I'm sorry, but carmines are beetles. Like, I get that life is important, but like, it's just a beetle. Like, people have been using carmine in cosmetics for like centuries, and nobody had a qualm about it. But I get times are different, we can't be doing that, but I don't think the red in this, like the reds in this palette are made from carmine. I think they're just red-based dye products. But am I like I don't want to say like, oh, Morphe's the best, because I know that it's not, but has it been tried and true to me for a long time? Yeah. I have several Morphe palettes and I haven't been disappointed with the quality. So I guess I don't get the hate behind the brand when it comes to that. I can get the hate behind the brand when it comes to, like, collabing with certain influencers like fucking James Charles, but which I hate that I have that palette, but you know what? It's in my collection and I will just use it until it is done. And I will never repurchase it again. But anyways, here's the palette and everything. So the first shade is the shade oh yeah, I should probably, well, I'll show you the progress on them and then I'll swatch out the color story so that you can see the full color story, I guess. But first we got the shade Swipe Right. And as you can see, I've made quite a considerable dip in there. I've definitely made quite a considerable dip. This is a very nice inner corner shade, so that's what I've been mainly using it for. But definitely no pan yet. But I have used this a total of 40 times in the course of the project. And I've just been mainly doing this every day. Like, just mainly 4 shades, but I mean, even if I'm not using the green, I'm still getting use on the palette as a, you know, in a way. But next up, got the shade Shameless, which is this shade, which is all over my lid. And as you can see, I've gotten quite a considerable dip. No pan yet, but definitely a considerable dip. I feel like I'm gonna definitely hit pan on this very soon. But I'm definitely just gonna have to work on it day by day. But I have used this a total of 40 times in the course of the project. Alright, and then next up, we've got the shade Seduced, which is the mauve purpley brown. And I'm gonna try to angle this to where you can see There we go. Can you see the dip right there? That's a good dip. That is a good dip. Oh my gosh. No pan yet, but I definitely can see myself hitting pan in this faster than the green. And I've used it a total of 40 times in the course of the project. Alright, next up is the lid setting shade Go Nude. And as you can see, I've definitely got a very good significant dip on there. I don't know if I'll hit pan anytime soon, but I'm hoping. I'm definitely hoping, because I use it every day. I've been using it every single day. And I feel like I've been mainly focusing my brush in the middle. That's why you can see such a dip in there, but yeah, I'm really not sure. It's definitely gonna take a while before I actually do get to that point. But I've used it a total of 44 times in the course of the project. And then we have the shade Devoted. And I know you can't really, like, there isn't very much progress on it. I do mainly only use it on my days off, and it's very sparingly that I use it. But I have used it a total of 14 times in the course of the project. And I will do a full swatch of the color story so that you guys can see. Yeah. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that, because I mean, I can see it, but that is what I'm working with. So I've got the shades Swipe Right, Shameless, Seduced, Go Nude, and Devoted. And I did contemplate rolling Devoted out since I don't use it as much, but I just figured just keep using it. It's not like it's gonna hurt you if you use it. But yeah, this color story has just been really nice for every day and whatnot. And yeah, I know I'm not wearing the green, but I will incorporate it eventually, maybe, but we'll just see. Anyways, that's it for the eyeshadow palette. Alright, next up, we've got my Alley-Oop Stack the Odds Cream Face Compact. And I do already have pan in this, and I feel like I've expanded the pan quite a bit. I definitely have gotten to the edge right here, and it took me 25 uses to hit pan on this cream bronzer, which I will be using it more when on my days off when I do full glam, because it just is a lot when it comes to doing it for work. But I still do enjoy this. I really do. I really do enjoy this, as you can see by the pan. And then next up, we've got the blush, which I definitely feel like I've made quite a little dent in there. And I've used the blush a total of 24 times in the course of the project. And then the highlighter, I've used a little bit. Mainly just been using it during the summer. But I've used that a total of 10 times in the course of the project. I just mainly use it, like, on my collarbones, like, if I'm dressing up or anything like that. I will use it year-round, but normally during the summertime, I do normally have more skin showing, so it makes more sense to use it then. Alright, next up, we've got my Maybelline cream lipstick in the shade 920 Nude Lust. There. And that's how much we have left. I know it's not a lot of progress has been made, but I mainly can't use this at work because it smears so much. Like, it doesn't really have, like, a dry down. Like, it just stays wet. Which I'm not really a big fan of, but I will use it more when I'm, like, going out. But I've used that a total of 9 times in the course of the project. Next up, we've got my Glow Recipe Niacinamide Dewdrops. And, like, I know I'm never gonna see any windowing with this because it is just opaque packaging. But I have used this a total of 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 times in the course of the project. It is the primer that I use day to day, and I will say, sorry, there's like baby hairs everywhere, but like, this is a very nice primer. It's very moisturizing, and it more or less feels like a moisturizer. It doesn't feel sticky, it doesn't feel like a gripping primer, but it just feels nice and moisturizing, and it's, ooh. Like, dare I say, I'll repurchase this. Like, this is so nice. Even though I got it from a subscription box, this is so nice. Yeah. Next up, and I haven't been using this as much. I will use it more. But, got my Haus Labs liquid eyeshadow in the shade Glam Attack. I know these aren't really made anymore, but you can still find them on Amazon. You can actually still find them on Amazon and Poshmark. But that's what that looks like. It's silver, and I don't usually use it day to day, but I will start incorporating it when I do more full glam on my days off. Just because I do try to keep it a little more toned down. But I have used that a total of 7 times in the course of the project. Alright. Next up, we do have an empty, unfortunately, and this time it was the Seraphine Botanicals Luna Liner, and it was literally rolled out after just 1 use. Why? Because it's dry. Which is really sad. Because, yeah. Because, yeah, like, this should have lasted like this did. But no, it didn't. Oops, I almost spit stuff. Jesus. Alright, next up, we've got my Farrah liquid liner. And I have used it now a total of 8 times in the course of the project. It is a felt tip. I don't know why I prefer felt tips. I don't know why. I just do. But that is the new liquid liner that I'm going to be using, and hopefully I can use it until it dries up. And then next up, this was one of the brow products that I had gotten when I went to Minnesota for my grandma's funeral and whatnot. But, this is the LA Colors Browy Wowie Brow Pencil. And it almost looks like there is product wedged at the bottom, and it is, but I can't roll it up at all. Like, it's done. And I used that a total of 21 uses. It's in the shade Light Medium. And it was a good brow pencil. Like, I feel like the triangle-shaped brow pencils are kind of what I prefer. You'll see in a minute. And then next up is my new brow pencil. It's the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in the shade Taupe. Which, I don't really like the skinny brow pencils because I have such really thick brows that I feel like I'm just gonna break it. Sorry, trying to roll this up. But yeah, that's how much product we're working with. It is quite a bit of product, I will say. Like, this doesn't wear down as easily as I hear some people say. But I have used that a total of 4 times now in the course of the project. And I did create an accidental false start line, so the start line's up here. So that is how much we have. Ignore the scribbled out line right there. And then I do have one more empty and also another pan, but I don't know if I'll roll this in as a category, because I just use it all the time, you know what I mean? But I finally finished my Milani Fruit Fetish setting spray in the shade, in the scent, ew. Why did I say shade? My gosh. In the scent Dragon Fruit Peach, and this smelled amazing, by the way, through and through. I would repurchase it again if they still had these. I'm not sure if they still have these. But to replace that, I have rolled in my Milani Make It Last, and as you can already see, like, this was full when I first started using it. I've used it so much to the point where it's like that, so I don't know if I should just roll this in as a separate, or you know, as a category, but like, I just use it so much that it's almost gone. But anyways, oh yeah, and I have been making steady progress on this brow gel. It's not dried up yet, but it's getting close. Like, I feel like I'm scraping the sides to get product out now. And since I can't really, I could have tracked the uses, yes, but maybe I'll do that with the next brow gel. I just wanted to see how long it would take me to maybe use this, because it doesn't seem like it lasted very long. And then next up we have a pan, and it's very unexpected because this is not a project pan item. It is my Perfect Finish HD powder from e.l.f. But because I've been using it every day, we have pan! Look at that! Oh my gosh! Look at so much pan! Juicy, juicy, shiny pan! So, I don't know, would you guys want me to start tracking the uses on this to see if or just organically expand the pan? Let me know what you guys want to see. But I will say, this powder is very kick-uppy. I thought this was gonna last me a lot longer, but I feel like because of the pan and everything, like there's a lot more product caked up on the side than in the middle. It seems like a very thin product, if you know what I mean. But anyways, that is everything for my project pan. And again, I am sorry that I'm late on this. I will be more diligent on filming more project pan videos and other videos in the future. So if that is what you want to see and you want to see more of me and you want to see more, I guess, then like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!